Do you ever want to draw, but you don't have the confidence? Well, I'm here to tell you that it takes time and patience, and I still have a lot of learning to do myself. But I'm here to show you the kind of art that I do and the kind of passion that I have for art. Now, I'm not perfect, but eventually I'd like to get there. Here's my latest drawing. What do you think? Please be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think. I think she's beautiful. Yeah. What I like to do is I like to find a picture that inspires me, of, like, say, a famous singer or an actor. And what I'll do is I'll make it look as close as I can to that person. I almost trace them with my eyes. And you'll see with this video that I'm about to post that is how I do my artwork. Again, it takes a lot of patience and a lot of time. Always be sure to work on your shading. And wherever you see a darker spot in the face, now if you look at my face compared to her face, look at where the nose is, the sides of the nose. There's shading there, right? It's a little darker in certain spots. And that's really important when you're drawing a face, to add that shading. All right, well, enough of me droning on. Here comes the video. First, I want to start with a circle, and then I'm going to draw my face, the sides of my face. As you can see, I'm working a little bit on the hair right now, and now I'm going to draw a star, and then I'm going to add my eyebrows and then work on my nose. Add the proper shading like we talked about in the beginning. You know, I like to skip. If I get bored drawing in certain spots, I like to skip around. And then eventually it'll all come together. Now I'm working on my mouth, the lips. And you know, it takes time. It's not going to be perfect, but you make it to what you want it to look like. So I'm adding in my eyes. You want your eyes to be around the same size. You know, working on that eye. You know, adding that detail in there. Adding the center of the eyes. You want them to be nice and rounded. And the same size. Now I'm adding more detail in my hair. As you can see, you want to make it look nice and pretty, obviously. And yes, I'm still working on that hair. Waiting on the next area. Closing in on the other side of the hair, and then I'm going to add a little shading near where the mouth is. Now it's not going to stay that dark. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I know it looks funky right now, like it looks a little off, but in the end it all works itself out. So don't feel like, oh my goodness, it looks awful right now, because that's how my drawings usually end up in the beginning. They look a little funky, but they always turn out, I want to say, fairly decent. So I'm adding more shading near the mouth and the nose. And I'm using this little, it's like a paper blender thing that I use. It's really cool. I'm not sure the proper name, because again, I'm still learning myself. So you get to watch me learn as you learn. Pretty cool, huh? Well, anyway, I'm adding that shading in. Good stuff. Adding more detail in that nose. Adding more detail in the nose to the eyebrow. Yeah, almost want to connect that where I'm drawing right now to your eyebrows. And adding some lines into the lips. Again, trying to copy the picture as best as I can. Now this picture, actually, believe it or not, I was inspired by Billie Eilish. I know it doesn't look exactly like Billie Eilish, but she was my inspiration for this drawing right here. And we'll just call it Beautiful Girl Drawing, because it is a beautiful girl drawing. Beautiful lady. Okay, so now we are adding more shading. And here we go, adding my eyelashes on both eyes. I did end up having to skip around a lot and cut a lot of this out just to shorten the video. A lot of editing, adding more shading in my nose. The nose always ends up, you always end up having a lot of shading where that nose is. Every drawing I do, you know, there's always a lot of shading in where the nose is, from what I've noticed, just from my experience. Anyway, the teeth I always have trouble with too. I don't know what it is. It's just, you know, you don't want to add it too dark in between the teeth, because of the, you know, then it just looks silly, right? And I don't know. I just always have problems with the teeth. Any big time artists, comment and give me some tips in the comment section below. You know, tell me what to do. Because again, I'm still learning, huh? But, you know, if you like how I draw, you know, just pay close attention and try and mimic the best you can with what you see. Alrighty. I'm not the best at public speaking, but again, we're learning. Any support is great. Yeah, so we're drawing more hair, you know, almost like in patches of hair, almost like ribbons of hair. Ribbons. And I'm gonna add like closer to where the ear and the neck is usually like darker. You know, it'll be a little darker, your hair. And you always have like a little bit of like, you know how underneath your eyes there's a little bit of that darkness and that shade, that shading. You want to add that, and the shading in the forehead, because you don't want your face to be a solid white face, because then that's more cartoony. And I'm going kind of for more realistic. So yeah, just adding details in here and there, trying to mimic my face the best that I can, that I chose. And yeah, trying to copy that hair the best that I can, just from looking at another picture and getting that inspiration. And I always just go online. You know, Google is a great thing. You know, you go online, and that's how I find a lot of my tutorial stuff too. I'll go online and then I'll go into pictures, you know, and search tutorials, like how to draw a face, you know, and then they give you a lot of good information on there. And that's kind of how I've been learning and watching other YouTube videos. There's a lot that you can learn just from watching these videos. It's really cool. And then, you know, this is a new learning experience for me, because I didn't go to art school. You know, I wasn't really that lucky. You know, life gets in the way. But, you know, we moved forward. And that's what I'm doing. Adding close to the top of the face, I'm adding more details in my hair that I'm drawing. Just, again, trying to get it as close as I can. And I'm not going to post the picture on here because I wanted to make it my own. So I made it my own. I don't know. It just is an inspiration. adding a little white in where the mouth is, the teeth, the lips, to highlight, to add that highlighted effect. And I'm adding a little bit of darkness. There you have it, a beautiful girl drawing. Let me know what you think.